Hello and welcome to your yoga practice. I'm Mark from Viniyoga and I'll be taking you through your yoga practice today. As always, at any point that the breath becomes a little bit short or ragged or something doesn't feel quite right, please stop, take a moment, let the body settle, let the breath settle before continuing. But if you're ready, I'm going to get you to come down into an all fours position. So when we come down into the all fours position, if you're working on a hard surface, you might want to give yourself a little bit of extra padding for the knees. So you can always fold the mat over to make it a little bit thicker, or use a blanket or a cushion, as long as it doesn't make you roll from side to side. We're going to bring the hips just a little forward of the knees, and the knees are hip width apart. Going to have the hands a good shoulder width apart, and maybe in line with the shoulders, or maybe a little bit further forward if that's more comfortable for your wrists. Going to have the elbows just slightly bent so we're not holding any tension, and we're going to have the gaze looking down at the floor. Going to take an exhale. You're going to take the hips back towards the heels, and then at the last point, just before you stop, you're going to lower the chin softly down, releasing the neck. As you inhale, you're going to gently pull yourself forward with the palms of the hands, lifting back up into all fours, raising the chin just very slightly, just so you look slightly forward of the hands, maybe off the front of the mat. Exhaling, going to take the hips back towards the heels, gently lowering the chin. And once you've gone back as far as is comfortable, then lower the chin, just releasing the neck. Inhaling, little squeeze of the glutes as you pull yourself forward up into that all fours position, just so you get a soft little dip into the lower back. We're not doing the big rounding or lowering of the back. Exhaling, going to take the hips gently back towards the heels, keeping the elbows lifted and just feeling that little lengthening through the shoulders, through the back. Inhaling, little squeeze the glutes as you're lifting back up into all fours. Bringing the hips just a little forward off the knees, helps to bring that little dip into the lower back, gives you that bit of extra movement. Going to take it twice more. Just moving with your comfortable breath. I'm going to come back in to the all fours position, and we're going to be extending one arm forward and one leg behind. Now when we take the arm forward, you're going to be looking to extend into the fingertips. You're not making a stop sign, you are lengthening into the fingertips and the arms up towards the side of the head. Likewise, when you take the leg, the opposite leg back, you're going to be extending it behind you, pushing into the heel with the toes pointing down towards the floor. So you're not pointing the toes, you're not raising the leg up, you're not twisting the hips. So from the front, you're going to be keeping the shoulders nice and level as you take the arm forward, as you take the leg back. The hips stay nice and level, there's no rocking and rolling, there's no twisting of the spine. So coming back to that all fours position, you're going to take an exhale here. As we inhale, you're going to extend the left arm forward, you're going to extend the right leg back, pushing into the heel, extending into the fingertips. Exhaling, going to bring the knee gently back down onto the mat, bring the hand gently back down onto the mat. Inhaling, it's going to be the right arm and the left leg extends backwards. Exhaling, going to bring the hand and the knee back down onto the floor. Inhaling, left arm and right leg. Exhaling, bringing them gently back down. And inhaling, right arm and left leg. If you feel that the hips are trying to twist or rotate on you, don't bring the leg up quite as high. So when you extend the leg back, maybe keep it a little lower, a little closer towards the floor, if that keeps your hips nice and level. If you feel like you're leaning over to one side, take the knees a little wider so they're underneath the hips. That will give you a little more balance. I'm just going to take that once more on each side. So again, working with your breath. And remembering your breath is both the inhale and the exhale. And just come back into all fours once you've completed. And then walk the hands gently back towards the knees, and you can either sit on to the heels if that's comfortable. It's not so good for me, so I come up into a raised kneeling position. We're then going to come in to a kneeling lunge, and we're going to extend the arms up. So there's going to be a couple of options. First bit is you're going to bring the left leg forwards. There is no real elegant way of doing this, so you just bring it forward by either putting your hand down onto the floor or just leaning back to sweep the leg forward. You're going to bring the left knee so it comes over the left ankle, and you'll start to feel an opening across the front of the right hip. The right knee is either underneath the right hip or just a little bit behind, and the right lower leg is extended behind you. If you feel that it's curling across to give you that bit of extra balance, try and take it straight behind. That will make it a little bit less balanced, but it will save the twist on the knee. So, if you want to take it a little further, you can always tuck the toes underneath, and that will give you a nice stretch through the calf, through the Achilles. Hips are facing forwards, shoulders are relaxed. Front toes are relaxed, you're not curling them onto the mat. Once you've got your balance, we're going to bring the hands to heart centre, so pushing down into the lower part of the wrists, keeping the shoulders drawn back to the sides of the body. And we're going to look to stay here for up to 6 smooth breaths. If your balance is feeling particularly good today and you want to take it a little further, you can extend the hands up towards the ceiling and take a very gentle little arch into the back, but again, go with how your body is feeling. If you're wobbling all over the place, you're disturbing the breath and you're not going to be actually achieving anything. Looking for the push down from the hips to the support in the feet and in the knee. And you're looking for the lift through the hips, through the back, up into the crown of the head. And if you've got the arms raised, up into the fingertips, but not so that the shoulders become earrings. You're looking to keep the shoulders away from the ears. Taking your breaths, lower the hands down, maybe bring them onto the front thigh for a bit of support, and then take the hips back just a little, so the hips come back a little of the bent knee, just to help release the hips a little before sweeping the front leg back. Take a moment Just notice how that side felt. Once that's comfortable, we're going to sweep forward with the right. Again, putting the hand down for balance, or a little lean back to sweep the leg so you've got some space to move it. Again, depending on how much of an opening you want to across the front of that hip, you're going to maybe wiggle the toes forward a little bit, take a little bit of a deeper lunge, but not too deep. You want to feel that there's some opening, not that it is uncomfortable. Again, front toes are relaxed, maybe take the foot a little wider if that's a little more comfortable. Maybe tuck the toes underneath on the back foot. That will also bring a slight deeper stretch into the front of the thigh, into the front of the hip, keeping the hips facing forwards. Once you've got your balance and is comfortable, bring the hands gently to heart centre, let the shoulders relax, just softly pressing down into the wrists. That will give you some nice long length through the underside of the forearm. Shoulders are relaxed. Again, looking to stay for about 6 smooth breaths. If the balance is good and you wish, you can always take the arms up and bring the arms up towards the side of the ears, so you just get that nice gentle arch through the back, but that nice opening across the front of the chest. If you feel that your balance is going and the toes start to curl, bring the hands back down. It's a little more stable, a little more comfortable. Again, once you've taken your breaths, but going to the timing of your breath, not somebody else's, it's your practice. Bring the hands down, take the hips back a little, maybe bring the hand down for support and sweep the leg back. Take a moment, both sides won't be identical. Again, if it's comfortable, you can sit down onto the heels. It's not so good for my heels. So either tops of the feet onto the floor, halfway house, maybe with a bit of support underneath the ankles, or starting from a raised kneeling position with a slight little squeeze into the glutes just to guide the hips forward just a little. Going to take a kneeling forward bend. So as we inhale, you're going to raise the arms up in front, bring them up towards the side of the head, shoulders drawn back. As you exhale, you're going to sweep the arms out to the side, hips towards the heels, hands onto the lower back, folding forwards. Again, coming down to where feels good at this point. Inhaling, sweeping the arms out to the sides, hips move gently forwards. Always remembering that the body will release into it as it feels comfortable. Going to sweep back down. So as you exhale, hips towards the heels, folding forwards, hands onto the lower back. Inhaling, going to sweep the arms out to the sides, drawing the hips gently forward, bringing the arms up towards the side of the head. Exhaling, going to sweep the arms out to the sides, hips towards the heels, folding forwards. Again, letting the body release into it. Inhaling, sweeping the arms, gently lifting all the way back up. Twice more. Exhaling, sweeping the arms, folding forwards into your kneeling forward bend. Inhaling, little sweep of the arms, little squeeze the glutes just to guide the hips forward, giving them that nice space across the front of the body. Exhaling, sweeping the arms, folding forwards. Inhaling, lifting all the way back up, bringing the arms up towards the side of the head, and then this time exhaling, settling the shoulders away from the ears, lowering the arms gently down in front. So again, take a moment. If you prefer to sit onto the heels, please do. If you prefer to stay in a kneeling position, do. Just to notice the sensations in the body. Just allow the breath just a moment. Then we're going to come down in to a comfortable seated position. So if you know you prefer to sit or perch onto blocks or onto a cushion, please do so. You can perch onto the edge of a chair. You can have the legs stretched out, maybe a blanket or a cushion underneath the back of the knees, give them a little bit of support. Or if it is comfortable, you can bring the feet underneath and just give them a little bit of a cross. But again, go with how the hips are feeling. If they're feeling a little tight, have the legs stretched out in front. You're looking to be comfortable and relaxed. Turn the palms gently upwards. Just give some space between the hands, between the fingers. Maybe softly close the eyes, or the gaze be relaxed. Just take a moment, let the breath settle. Once it's comfortable, allow the eyes to gently open, coming back into the room. Your yoga practice is now complete. Namaste. Hope you enjoyed your practice. I look forward to seeing you on the mat very soon. Take care.